It was a totally fierce battle between Verstappen and Hamilton in 2021 till the penultimate lap of the season. Clashing many times on the track and off the track, the fight was not just a battle between two drivers. Both Red Bull and Mercedes fans were organized against each other on and off the track, as same as their drivers. So it heated up each and every social media platform, posting and commenting against each other to prove that their driver is the best on the grid. The final result of the 2021 season still remains the biggest debate between Verstappen and Hamilton fans. What do Mercedes and Ferrari fans actually think of Verstappen? Do they still hate him even after months? We're going to discuss A to Z about this biggest fan rivalry in the recent history of Formula 1 and the current rivalry with the Ferraris. Hey guys, welcome back to the Max Verstappen Formula 1 channel, the best place for your daily dose of trending news and updates regarding Formula 1. Before we proceed, hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell for more exciting updates. Let's get into it. So say the words Abu Dhabi 2021 to a fan of Hamilton or Verstappen and you'll get completely two different reactions from two different fans. If you ask a Verstappen fan, they will come up with tons of statistical records to prove that Verstappen is the best and he deserves the 2021 World Championship. Statistically, their explanation is correct. In terms of performance, Verstappen was far ahead of Hamilton despite the number of points in the final standings. The biggest point of their argument is that the 2021 driver's title is just a simple payback for the collisions made by the Mercedes driver intentionally as defined by them. But the reaction from a fan of the German team is completely different. Some complain that everything is fixed in that race and it's just a drama instead of a race. The simplest definition is that Verstappen has robbed the 2021 title. If we ask the same thing from a neutral client, they defined it as a poorly managed situation from the race control. Verstappen had won more races and led the maximum number of laps throughout the entire 2021 season, and he deserves the championship. Mercedes fans started using the hashtag F1Xed, or rather fixed, on Twitter against Red Bulls, and even after months, it's still trending on the Twitter platform. Social media is the main reason to increase the popularity of the sport in different parts of the world in the recent past. It also creates the opportunity for Formula 1 drivers and teams to interact more closely with their fans. But the dark side of fans' engagement through social media is they seem to have lost the ability to respect the opinions of supporters of other teams. After each and every race of last year, Mercedes and Red Bull fans engaged in heated arguments through social media platforms. Even though Mercedes is not competitive enough to give a better fight to the Austrian racing team, Mercedes fans are still showing their strong censure against the reigning world champion. The closest incident is reported during this year's British GP, where Verstappen was insulted on several occasions by Mercedes fans. It was a tricky qualifying session for the Dutchman, where he qualified in second place and he was jeered by sections of the Silverstone crowd during the post-qualifying interviews. He spun during one of the earliest laps in the Q3 session and the crowd cheered for that as well, clearly showing their displeasure within Hamilton's British fans against the Verstappen. Verstappen commented that the reaction from the British press would be greater if Hamilton had been the recipient of jeering and booing at other events, criticizing the sluggish act of British media regarding the incident. Even though his fans act like that, Lewis Hamilton also criticized the behavior of British fans during the Silverstone race weekend. I think we're better than that. We don't need to be booing. We've got such great fans, and our sporting fans, they feel emotions up and down, but I definitely don't agree with the booing. I don't think we need to do that. We should be here pushing everybody, continued Hamilton. It doesn't make any difference when you boo someone because they've already made the mistake or whatever it is. But at the end of his statement, he showed some sympathy for his beloved fans by defining that as some kind of after effect of the intense battle between two drivers in the previous season. I really do appreciate the support that I have here, and maybe some of them are still feeling the pain from last year, added Hamilton. So as a reaction to what the Mercedes fans had done in Silverstone, some members of the Verstappen's Orange Army did the same thing at this year's Austrian GP. They booed and used abusive and sexually harassing words. They also led to criticism from Verstappen's side as well. Verstappen said, first of all, in every country the fans in the grandstand decide the atmosphere. Those are the fans we consciously perceive very loudly. I think on those parts of the track, there is always a healthy mix between the individual fan groups. Basically, I think it's a shame that the fans actually react like football fans. they always boo at the opponent. In Holland, they boo Lewis. In England, me. I think it's a pity because we often fight extremely tough, high-quality fights. You have to respect your opponent. I'm a PSV fan, but when I watch great football matches, I enjoy it. Whether my team wins or loses, it would be nice if fan behavior in our sport was the same. And that, despite all the rivalry, opponents are also treated with respect. Even though both the drivers advise their fans to behave in a polite manner, minorities love to have these heated arguments with rival fans. This is one of the biggest fan rivalries in recent Formula One history, and we cannot expect that it has to end till one driver retires from the sport. Even though Mercedes dominated the sport till the last season in 2014, it appeared to lose its grip with new regulation changes introduced at the beginning of the 2022 season. This opens a new rivalry between Red Bull and Ferrari, as Verstappen and Leclerc appeared as main championship contenders for the 2022 season. But do you have the same feeling about this rivalry as between Verstappen and Hamilton? Most probably your answer is no. Even though this rivalry hasn't created an intense environment within Formula One, the history of this rivalry is much older than the one which is between Hamilton. Both Leclerc and Verstappen competed against each other in junior categories, and they hated each other at the time more than now. These two are creating a new culture within Formula One by congratulating each other's victory at the end of most races, even after battling against each other very closely, and it is a nice thing to see such a cool and healthy relationship between two championships contenders. They have a lot of respect of each other, and both the drivers love to have the same type of relationship with each other. Despite the outcome at the last stage of the season, Verstappen says he prefers his rivalry with Ferrari and Charles Leclerc than the title battle he had with Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes last season. Speaking to Sky Italy, Verstappen said, "I prefer what we have now, because first of all, Charles, I know very well. He's a nice guy. We are a similar age. I think we're only 3 weeks apart. I think also we are fighting a very well-respected competitor in terms of Ferrari. The way they go about the way we are fighting, when they win a race, we can go to them and say, well done. And when we win a race, they can say, well done. And I really respect that." This polite behavior between the drivers is also influential in making the behavior of fans much more acceptable on and off the track. Normally, it is a usual thing to clash two top teams and fans on social media platforms since the beginning of the last decade, as it created a platform to express each and everyone's opinion. The clash is not only between the fans but also between the team administrators as well. It is a very common thing to see Red Bull team principal Christian Horner and Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff clashing against each other in the direct stream and on social media. Red Bull also has some respect towards the Maranello-based team, and the same thing vice versa. Verstappen also commented about his healthy relationship with the Italian team as well. Also, certain people within the team, even Mattia, have a really good relationship with him, Verstappen said. Ferrari fans never booed at Verstappen during the race in Italy or at Leclerc during the race in Austria as well. Instead of hate posts with statistical comparisons to compare the performances of drivers on social media can be seen. The majority of Ferrari fans have more respect for the Dutchman than Mercedes fans. It's nice to see the development of a new culture that respects the rival teams. What do you think about the development of new culture within Red Bull-Ferrari rivalry? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.